briefly on Shohei didn't get 700 million. Do you think Juan Soto would have got 700 million or
I
more?
think he would have still gotten the biggest contract. I
Okay.
don't know if it would have been 700 million, but
If
he's
Shohei
20.
got like 650, do you think?
Yeah, he probably would have hit 700. I think he would have been the
Okay.
first 700 player. But
Ooh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast, and this is episode number 14 on the MPP. Hopefully, everyone is having a great week before Christmas. Crazy that it's already Christmas time. Um, I don't know. I forgot who I was talking to, but I was just like, man, Christmas is like next week. Like, I don't know if it's just we just had so much going on this year. I just felt like it just came up on us real quick. I don't know how you
I
feel.
I feel like it always feels like it's far away and then just
Yeah.
sneaks up on you.
Yeah,
So
like Thanksgiving just comes and goes and then boom.
all of a
Christmas.
sudden it's Christmas. Yeah. There's like
Yeah.
that gap between um Thanksgiving and Christmas where it's like I just gotta get through these 3 weeks or whatever and then I'm
Yeah.
off for however long. But
Yeah.
um yeah, it's right it's here. It's
Yeah.
here.
Noah and I started off the week great again last night with the Chargers beating the Broncos by I think 7 or 10 points. It wasn't looking great in the first half. Broncos were up on the Chargers. I was getting a little nervous, but Chargers came through, and man, tough one for the Broncos.
Yeah, it really kind of hurts their playoff chances, I believe.
Yeah,
And they have two tough games coming up. I think it's the Chiefs and the Bengals. And the
yeah,
Bengals are a team that need the Broncos to lose out for them to make it. So there's a very good chance the Bengals can make it if the Broncos lose to the Chiefs in the
yeah,
last week. So
yeah. And now the Chargers get the tiebreaker over the Broncos. So if they do end up, the Chargers went 2-0 against the Broncos this year. So um, getting their head coach really makes a difference, and teams playing well even without J.K. Dobbins. So
yeah, I guess Edwards had a good game yesterday. I think he had
yeah,
2 touchdowns.
yep. But yeah, this week's headlines. Noah, what do we got?
Yeah, so there's been a few a little bit of movement in the MLB free agency world. Cody Bellinger got traded from the Cubs to the Yankees because the Cubs did acquire Kyle Tucker from the Astros for a pretty hefty sum. Isak Paredes, Cam Smith, a prospect, another third baseman. So we'll see what they do with Isak, move him to first or something maybe. I don't know. But Cam Smith, when he comes up, he's supposed to be a stud.
Yeah,
And then another prospect they got, but hefty return for Kyle Tucker, who last year of his contract. So Cubs are gonna have to either give him an extension or here's a 1 year rental, and that'll be tough. It'd be like the Juan Soto deal for the Yankees. And but yeah, the Yankees got Cody Bellinger for pretty much nothing. I mean, Cody Poteet. He's 30 years old. He's only played 24 MLB games,
crazy.
but last year pretty good. 2.2 ERA. He's just a relief pitcher, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So nothing crazy. He's 30 years old already, so it's kind of just matching a 30-year-old with a 30-year-old. And um, the Cubs will pay $5 million to the Yankees for taking Bellinger's contract. The 5 million is supposed to cover just in case if they pay for a buyout for Cody Bellinger because I think his buyout's 2.5 million. But the interesting story, more interesting than that, is Cody Bellinger recently married a couple years ago, I believe, married to Giancarlo Stanton's ex-girlfriend. So I believe they were together for a while, the ex and his wife. So it'll be an interesting dynamic in that clubhouse. We'll see if that affects him at all. I don't think it will. I just saw it's going around. It's like I don't think they care anymore. It's been a while, but um, Yeah, that's just something I guess to look for. And also another Yankee move was getting Devin Williams from Milwaukee. And a big story there is he is sad he has to shave his beard. And he has a very nice one, nice and trimmed up.
Yeah.
It looks good. He puts the work in on it. It's not easy maintaining that type of beard. So now it's gonna be gone, just like that.
Pros and cons of playing on the Yankees.
One of the worst rules for any sports team.
It's been long enough, we just need to get by it. It was cool for a minute there. But now modern day baseball, I don't think it's so cool anymore.
Get rid of it, Yankees. Come on, let the beards flow, or
Yeah.
make them keep it just manageable. Doesn't that like not like Brandon Marsh's beard
Yeah.
for the Phillies? That one's ugly.
Yeah. That one's
That
just
one's too
out of
much.
control.
But yeah, so like I said, it's kind of been just stale on the free agency market though. No big move. We're still waiting on Corbin Burns, the biggest one. So
Yeah.
that's another
Burns
domino.
and Bregman.
Yeah, Alex Bregman still.
They said that they were going to make their decision after Christmas, so it's going to be a little while here.
Yeah, and then we have the Guardians looking to trade a lot of their guys. So Josh Naylor's on the probably the biggest name on the trading block right now, who could probably go somewhere. And then also Pete Alonso still out there. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens in the next week. Hopefully by the next episode we'll have some more free agency news. That's after Christmas. So
Yeah.
next, the 49ers season pretty much over. I think they have a 0.5% chance to make the playoffs. Um, and the big question I think for the 49ers going into next year is what do they do at quarterback? Brock Purdy, the whole reason they're able to have all these guys on their team with all these contract extensions, big money, is because Brock Purdy is on his rookie contract, making less than $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Next year, 2025, is his last year of his contract of his rookie deal, and he's going to be making $1.1 million. And obviously, he's going to be looking to get paid big money for making it to the Super Bowl last year and making it to the playoffs in all three of his first or four, no, all
3
three,
years.
three in his first 3 years, and made it pretty far in those 3 years. So he's going to be looking to get paid big money. I don't even think the 49ers can afford it. What do they do at quarterback?
Well, you don't want to be like Dak Prescott, panic till the last minute and then give him 60 million. I don't think hope best case scenario I think is that Brock Purdy is like, "Hey, like you're going from under a million to like let's go like 45 million. Let's we want you to take a deal that helps the team and Brock Purdy is his best self when he has weapons around him. So if he just takes up all the money, you may not have all the weapons around him. So he's a game manager, like people like to say. And game managers need people around him to make himself look good. So hopefully, 45, 50, none of the 60 million.
I mean, I
So
don't even. I didn't. I should have looked at the salary cap and stuff. I don't know what they're at, but um,
it's not good. Like
they're. I don't even know if they can afford the 45 million because they're
they
paying
can pay him 60 million. But it's going to be tight.
because
Uh,
they're already paying
really have to.
Debo,
Yeah.
Bosa, Williams, the left tackle, um,
Ayuk.
Ayuk, Hufanga. Hufanga's not getting paid crazy money, but he's getting paid. Um, so yeah, I mean, you throw that on there, like there's you really not leaving much room. Um,
Yeah.
Personally, I think you trade him to the Jets. I think the Jets are desperate.
Yeah, I
I
saw
think they will take it.
Kirk Cousins may be on the move after this Michael Penix starting. So people were saying that you bring in Kirk Cousins and then you kind of have like battle, which one comes on top maybe. Or if Kirk Cousins looks good, then you just get rid of Brock Purdy and don't have to pay him because Cousins contract's less than 60 million. I think it's like 42, I think. So I mean, you're
Yeah,
still
but
paying a
but
lot,
then if
but
if
yeah.
you if you decide to keep Purdy, then You have
You
these two
still have to,
contracts on
yeah,
your thing. So it makes no sense that I think the only way that happens is if Cousins gets cut, then you bring in Cousins. But
yeah,
um because he'll still be getting paid that big money, but you can offer him the minimum, you know.
yeah,
Um but I think the money is just so insane that you have to get rid of him. And I don't know if he's worth that $60 million,
yeah.
$50 million range.
Again, it's when everyone's healthy and around him, that's when he shines. But
And you're paying Christian McCaffrey. I can't believe forgot. You're paying him
yeah,
20
McCann,
something million
yeah,
dollars. It's just going to go up for the
he's
next 2 years, 3 years.
injured, dealing with everything. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. The high was high, and now in the low of the rebuilding and seeing of what's gonna happen next couple years. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see who's the free agent the next couple of years. Maybe the 49ers just go out and get Sam Darnold, or someone like that if they decide that they don't want to go with
that's crazy. They had
Brock
Sam
Purdy.
Darnold. Could have just kept him.
Yeah.
Just let him
Well,
go.
he's going to be asking for big money next year, but it definitely won't be in the 40 to 60 million, but he'd probably making maybe 20 to 30 million a year next year for somebody. Um, Potentially the Jets again. You never know, but we'll see what happens there. But next, keeping it in NFL, there's just been a lot of speculation, as a Chicago Bears fan, a lot of speculation about who's going to be the next head coach for the Bears. There's Mike Vrabel. There's these other random guys. There's Thomas Brown, who's right now is the interim head coach. And I'm seeing this as a Bears fan, and I go, let's just cut it. Let's just stop and let's go with Ben Johnson. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah,
Ben Johnson right there, star in the making, right? I don't want to go and trade for Kyle Shanahan. Like, what are we doing here?
Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah,
That worked out well,
why
huh?
are we on Cliff Kingsbury?
That worked well with the Cardinals.
Cliff Kingsbury is only good in the first month of the season. We've all seen it.
Yeah,
There's data on it. Um, let's just get Ben Johnson or Joe Brady. Like these two guys are commanding an offense.
yeah,
The top two offenses in the league. If not top two, it's top three for sure. Um, why don't we just get one of these guys? Both of them probably potential star head coaches. The next guys.
yeah.
Um,
And you definitely need an offensive minded
Yeah, there's
head
been too many
coach.
defenses. I think the last
Yeah,
one was Matt Nagy, and
he was
we made
horrible.
the Bears made the playoffs with Matt Nagy though. So I mean,
Overall horrible.
yeah, but yeah, his tenure ended up being terrible, but um, not as bad as the next couple of well,
Yeah,
not as bad as
Eberflus.
Eberflus, who I think was
Horrible.
next.
Yeah.
But the last successful defensive-minded head coach the Bears had was Lovie Smith, and I don't know
Shout
why
out
they
to
even got
Lovey.
rid of Lovie Smith. But Mike Vrabel, I don't want him here. His last head when he was the head coach, his last record was like 1-8. I don't
Yeah.
know. So I don't know why people think he just come in and be successful. He wasn't very successful in his last job. So let's just stop it and go get Ben Johnson,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. Should be interesting.
Yeah,
Both of our teams, we got hard decisions they gotta make. So
yeah,
see what happens.
yeah. Bears are um not playing very well, but they're not in a terrible spot. They
Yeah.
have good players, good young players. They still have cap room, so let's just not mess it up this time, guys. Come on, everything's looking up here. Let's go get an offensive line,
Yeah.
and let's sign Ben Johnson or Joe Brady. Let's
Yeah.
just stop messing around here.
Yeah. Bears and 49ers are in tough divisions too. You can see that this
Oh yeah,
year.
they're gonna be
It's just
potentially
moving
the two toughest
forward.
divisions
Yeah,
in football.
exactly. So, um, yeah, there's always next year, huh? Noah? Didn't
Hey,
think I
I've
would
been
be saying
saying
that
that.
about the Niners this year, but it was crazy. Niners had the second best odds to win the Super Bowl this year. So,
Well, good thing you didn't put money on it. But
Thank God I didn't put the house. Yep.
yeah. I've been saying there's always next year for the past 15 to 20 years now. Since
Yeah.
since I can talk. I don't know. The only team that hasn't let me down were the Giants, San Francisco Giants.
That's on the up and up, so
Yeah.
hopefully. Sticking with football here, like I said, Michael Penix is in for Kirk Cousins. See how he's gonna do. He had a nice landing spot here. They're playing the Giants at home, so you know, don't have to do too much. I think you're not playing a top five defense in the league, so you may just feel it out, get in a groove there. But I think going forward. He is the best option for the Falcons. Hopefully it pans out. You did spend a ninth overall pick for this guy, seventh
Yeah.
overall pick for him. You took him from the Raiders.
Absolutely
And
insane decision.
yeah,
Sign the contract. I still can't believe they had the contract and drafted Penix. They should have just done one or the other. I don't know what they're doing,
I
but
don't know either. Well, you have two QBs on the roster now, so
yeah.
y- y- many teams can't say that. So, and then little off, opposite of Michael Penix coming in, trying to play for a playoff spot. The Browns making a change in QB, and they're benching Jameis Winston and putting Dorian Thompson Robinson in. So see how that pans out. We did not pick the Browns this week, so
No,
I
but
can't even tell you who they're playing.
every time he
Bengals. They're playing
plays,
Bengals.
every time he plays, he's just I don't know. It's just not a very successful outing.
Crazy that he's still in the league at this point.
I mean, he was a late round pick, I think, right? So I mean, he's kind of just I think he's a lifetime backup, but who knows? Maybe he's still young. We'll see if
Making
he
a couple $1,000s a year.
yeah, we'll see if he maybe he'll have a breakout. Um, but yeah, Penix, I think he should have a good game, and I think they'll be very, very run heavy too. So I don't think
Yeah.
they'll, as long as he doesn't make any
Come on,
mistakes.
Jerome Ford, I picked you up, baby. You're leading me into the championship for fantasy. Hopefully. Watch him just put up a
We'll
goose
see.
egg, just
We'll
my luck.
see.
Yeah. I'll just stick with football here. Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix for the rookie of the year. It's coming down to those two. I think you also got Brock Bowers in the mix, but tight ends don't win rookie of the year. You crazy? Um Who do you think, Noah, will win Rookie of the Year? I got stats here for you just to make it interesting, and the lights just went out, so hopefully that's not too bad. Bo Nix, 3,235 yards, 22 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Jaden Daniels, 3,045 yards, 17 touchdowns, but 6 interceptions. They have the same record, team record. So, can't say one's doing better than the other for their team. What do you think, no?
I think Brock Bowers is going to win. Plain and simple. Brock Bowers, uh, probably the best tight end prospect we've seen in a while. Um, he's just the guy. He's the guy I'd go with. Caleb Williams' numbers just as good as Jaden McDaniels' numbers here, probably better. So I don't even think Jaden Daniels will even get second. Um, but yeah, out of these two, probably Bo Nix. I think he has the surprise factor that people weren't expecting him to be this good this early and lead this team to a potential playoff berth. So I would say Bo Nix out of these two. I think
Yeah.
Bo Nix potentially has better rushing stats too. I don't even know. I feel like he's always running the ball, especially early on in the season.
Yeah, that stretch where the Commanders, Jaden Daniels got injured. He was playing through some injuries. He wasn't really running as much. The injury was kind of affecting his throws as well. So, you know, it's really a toss-up. I think people are leaning more towards Jaden Daniels, unfortunately, but I think Bo Nix deserves it just because how he's playing at the end of the season. I mean, last night he had a good game again, and I think he's really starting to click with Sean Payton. So Sean Payton got his guy. Bo Nix, shout out to him. He got lucky dropping that
Uh,
far down. So,
and I'm gonna say if people think Jaden Daniels deserves the Rookie of the Year, Caleb Williams has 3,000 yards, 17 TDs, and 5 interceptions. So
ooh,
I don't think he is
I
as
think it,
having as great of a year as people say.
yeah.
He's had that super hot start.
Just unfortunate that the Bears, I think it's their record. They're on a what 8 game losing streak, 9 game losing streak.
Yeah,
So
whatever it is, but like I mean, I'm not saying Caleb Williams deserves it. I'm just saying if you look at it, they have similar
stats,
stats.
yeah,
So it's like, does Jaden Daniels deserve it? I think Bo Nix has been more impressive,
yeah.
but Brock
The
Bowers is my pick.
yeah,
I think he should. Like he has an insane year. He set the record for receptions for a tight end, at least a rookie tight end.
yeah,
Um, Probably yards if he hasn't already, and with a terrible quarterback group.
yeah. He's had
So
3 different QBs this year.
Desmond Ritter. I mean, like okay, Desmond Ritter, Gardner Minshew, who's been a lifetime backup, and um, Aiden O'Connell. Like I mean, come on, those numbers are insane. From those three QBs.
Yeah, and he also started off slow this year too.
Yeah, he's picked it up. Like he's had some insane games like the middle of the season. Like he
Yeah,
was at like
he
150 receiving yards a game at one point.
exactly. He definitely got some teams into the fantasy football playoffs.
Hey, yeah, one of the guys I'm facing. I mean, if Brock Bowers didn't have a good middle of the season, he would not be here.
Yeah.
Shout out to Andrew.
Um, Last but not least here, we got the NBA Cup finally found a winner. We got the Bucks beating the Thunder in the final game there. Um, should the NBA just start Christmas Day? Just start the
Uh,
season?
no, I don't think that'll help them at
I
all.
couldn't tell you. I If the Warriors weren't in it, I don't think I would have watched anyways.
I haven't watched a single NBA game.
Yeah.
But also I just think it's hard to watch NBA. Like it's the same thing as baseball. They're hard to watch. The good thing about football is they're always on national television when they play games.
Yeah.
So they're easy to watch. Um, but I mean I think
Just
they're
shorten the
fine.
season and start after Christmas.
I
When
don't think that will
NFL is
change
slowly
anything.
going to the playoffs.
I just honestly don't think that'll change anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't sound like
I
Adam Silver is rushing to change anything.
I think people would hate it more than they like it. I think they like the idea of the NBA being shorter so you get to the playoffs quicker, but people will be like, why did we do this? It's like the season's so short now.
Yeah.
Like it's already over. Stuff like that. It's like I miss watching basketball and football and baseball at the same time. Like people, there's gonna be so many, you're not gonna be able to please everybody. So I mean, if anything, I guess you shorten it. Maybe I don't think you shorten it to 66 games or whatever they're saying. That's a drastic change. I think 75 games or 74 game, whatever. Like knock off 10, but I don't think you knock off like more than that. Like 15 to 20
20.
is drastic change.
Yeah. Just interesting what people are coming up with ideas, since the ratings are down, move the 3-point line further back or get rid of threes or the interesting one I heard is you can only get a max amount of threes taken. So you get like 25 threes a game. That'd be
Yeah,
kind of interesting, low
I don't know.
key.
I don't know. That's like what like like not professional, but like soft pitch softball. Like you can only hit 6 home runs. Like come on. Like, where's the fun in that?
Well, the NBA is not fun right now, supposedly.
That's why
So,
soft pitch softball's not on a global scale. Like
yeah.
who wants to watch these people hit two
Y-
home runs and then they get out if they hit another run. Like, what? Come on. Are we serious here?
Yeah,
But yeah, I guess yeah, maybe they can change something, but like I said, I think it's just you can't watch like where do you watch the games? They're on once a week on Thursdays.
yeah. TNT and ESPN.
Yeah.
And if you're not a top team in the league like the Bulls, you ain't getting national
I don't
television.
think I've watched the Bulls game in the last 3 years because they haven't been good.
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time a Bulls game was national TV.
And even if they are, I don't watch because they're not good. So why would I want to watch the Bulls play?
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I really can't remember. Had to be like
They
Derrick Rose, maybe?
no, they have national games all the time. Like I think every team has at least one national
Yeah.
televised game a year. It's not. I'm pretty sure.
Well, someone fact check that one.
I'm pretty sure every team has to have at least
I don't know.
two. Like, there's no way that a team is not getting televised on
Who's the
national
worst team? The
television.
Pistons? Have you seen the Pistons?
Pistons were on TNT, probably. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Anywho,
They probably were.
Dennis Schroeder got traded to the Warriors. First time he played last night and they lost to Memphis by they were losing at one time by 50 points.
Yeah.
It was a horrible game. Steph Curry had 0 points. He didn't make a single basket, which is crazy.
Well, I think we're seeing the end of Steph Curry in the next couple years at least, along
Yeah.
with LeBron. So that's rough. But um, I was surprised they kind of made the Schroeder trade. I don't think they needed to make the Schroeder trade. I think
Yeah.
it was kind of like a panic move, even though we're kind of early in the season.
Yeah.
It was kind of just like they got off to the super hot start, and then they've been awful for the past I don't know 15 games. So they're like, oh, we need something right now, and I don't think they needed to get Schroeder. I
Yeah.
don't. They got rid of a young guy in 3 seconds, but I mean seconds don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I like the Anthony Melton. You know, again, if he didn't get injured, you wouldn't have made this trade. There's no way. Because Melton was actually having a great beginning of the year. He was scoring, making threes, playing. He was a defensive guy. Um, and that's what they needed. But yeah, um, 32nd round picks just to get 1 second back, and then yeah, we'll see how this turns out. The Warriors are supposedly looking into getting a center finally for I don't know the past 5 years. So
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, they traded for the wrong guy. They should have went out and tried to get a center. I
yeah,
don't think they needed the point guard. But also, what's his name? Podzemski. He's also probably scaring them a little bit because the dude from the clips I've seen has looked lost defensively,
yeah, he
offensively.
just like never got his. He was supposed to be the backup point guard to Curry, and that didn't really work out. He just yeah
Also, they got rid of the wrong big three member. I don't know how Draymond's still on that team. I mean, I don't think he's been playing that bad, but I think Clay should have been there over Draymond for sure.
damn hot take. Well, everyone's just washed and getting old, so you
Yeah,
can't really.
I didn't think Curry was gonna be like at the end of his career, but he might be. Like this might like the next 2 years might be,
Well, yeah,
one of his last years. I mean, he is gonna be
man,
37, so but like still, I was just like, I thought he was gonna be playing for like another 3 or 4 years, but it might be the
yeah.
last couple years here.
What I'm surprised about Curry too, when I watched last night, I'm gonna say, but he misses free throws like more often now. I don't know. Every game I watch, he's missed at least two free throws, and he used to be like what, like
Automatic.
99.2 or something, like
For
in the
sure,
league.
he's had the highest percentage
Yeah.
in history.
Um, I don't know. Just my thoughts. Every time I watch a game, he misses at least two free throws.
Maybe it's you, man.
Maybe it's me. Stop watching the Warriors.
That's what I'd be thinking.
I don't get the channel, so probably for the best. That'd be probably a way of, you know,
I mean, he's still
more
throwing up
mad.
24 points. So it's like,
But that is it for our headlines this week. Let us know what you think about that. Next, we'll get into our underdog picks. And we picking Trey McBride this week.
dude, what? Spoiler.
It's not on the TikTok yet. We haven't started the clip.
What was that?
That was for the
What was that
YouTube.
spoiler? Oh, yeah. Spoiler for the YouTube.
YouTube heard it first.
All right. It's taking forever. All right. So this week for our underdog picks, let's start off with the Bengals, who are fighting for their playoff lives. Joe Burrow has been hot throwing the ball. Um, he's going against the Browns here. I got him going higher than 2.5 passing TDs. He's done that for the last 6 games. He's fighting for this team to make the playoffs, and I think he's going to continue to throw some touchdowns here, even even though they kind of struggle against the Browns. Next to the Colts against Tennessee. Everyone's seen Jonathan Taylor dropping the ball at the 1 yard line, and I think this time he holds on to it and gets higher than one rushing touchdown this game. So we got it. Next, another thing everyone's been talking about, Kyler Murray has said he's gonna get Trey McBride his first touchdown of the year. And last game, I think it was last week, I said he was gonna get it. But this week, now
Yep.
that Kyler Murray's out here saying he's gonna do it, it's gonna happen. So
Yep.
Trey McBride higher than a receiving or rushing touchdown this game.
Nice. Watch him get a rushing touchdown. That'd be crazy.
He has one rushing touchdown on the year though.
That's wild. All right. Going back to the Cincinnati versus Browns game, I'm going with Jerome Ford higher than 52.5 yards, going up against a Bengals weak defense. Yeah, he had a good game against the Chiefs last week, so hopefully he keeps it up this week. Next, I got Garrett Wilson. We usually go higher, but I'm going lower than 61.5 yards against the Rams. Devontae Adams went off the last couple weeks in garbage time and, against garbage teams. So going up against a better defense in the Rams, I think he's going to get lower than that. And then finally, this guy's been on fire for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going with Jalen McMillan, getting a touchdown against the Cowboys. He has 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games and really finding his place in the offense with Chris Godwin out for the year.
Nice. So we have a lot of multipliers on that one to 65.91 multiplier.
Oh yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone, if that hits. Cheers.
Nice little 60 bomb in the pocket.
Yeah. Could buy a new PS5 game.
Spend all that money on one game, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
Actually, actually, they're $70 now. So you'd have to get one on a little bit on sale, you know.
Yeah.
You get the Christmas
Close
Christmas
enough.
sales. Yeah.
Close enough.
Let's put the dollar on it right now.
Nice.
Live on the episode.
Nice. We could sneak one in there. I feel like we haven't played in a while. Anything. Been really having good discussion lately in the episodes. So and that's what I like to see, you know? Who won Thursday Night Football last night?
The Broncos.
Which of these MLB pitchers has more career wins?
Roger Clemens.
Are they just going to be two answer ones? Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Which NBA team does Jeannie Buss own? The
The
Clippers.
Bulls.
Last week, the Red Sox traded with the White Sox for this.
Garrett
Crochet.
Crochet.
This point guard currently leads the NBA in assists per game at 12.1.
Trey Young.
Shout out
It
to
had to
Trae
be
Young.
Kate. It had to be him.
Which women's college basketball team is currently ranked number one in the AP Top 25? It's not South Carolina, I can tell you
That's
that.
all you. UConn or UCLA.
Why do I feel like it's UCLA?
It has to be UConn. Page, bro. It's UCLA, huh?
Yeah.
Dang it! I knew it.
Which men's college basketball it was ranked number one?
I have
Jesus.
no idea.
Auburn. It's not. Man, actually, I think it's Kentucky,
I don't know. I'm not keeping track of this. I know Oregon's number 10.
Tennessee. Dang it. There was like a big switch up. In 1991, this NFL team started the season 11 and 0. 91,
1991, Buffalo.
Buffalo
Is that
maybe.
OJ? Oh,
Washington.
who's
An
on
OJ.
Washington?
Who currently leads the NHL in goals?
Connor
Can't be
McDavid.
McDavid. Leon Draisaitl.
Nice. That's a good name.
Dr- Draisaitl, I think it is.
Just
Who
hey.
currently leads the
Connor McDavid. This guy, because he was on it twice. Kaprizov. He was on the last one
Kaprizov?
too. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Nathan McKinnon.
Mackinnon.
All right, currently better than 98% of players. I wonder which one. I guess
Of
everyone got
course, we're sport savants. We're in the top 2%.
after continuing. You scored. We only got one more question right afterwards. So even if we got the
Hey,
one
if there's one way to
afterwards,
stump us, throw the hockey questions.
yeah, in men's college basketball and women's college basketball, when
Yeah.
everyone's been losing. So,
Yeah, I haven't watched that in a while.
but yeah, that is it for this episode. Hopefully everyone enjoyed. Hopefully everyone has a great Christmas, and we'll see everyone hopefully in a pick'em video next week, whenever,
Tuesday.
and the next episode after this. And I have to sneeze, so I'm going to
See ya.
stop it now.